Another great opportunity to feature a winery that you would probably know nothing about. Terrific story, immigrants from Mexico making the wine of your dreams. Well, one of the first things I want to do is find out where we are, because sitting in a vineyard like this, I imagine this just doesn't spring up overnight. So talk to us about these vineyards and who you are and what we're doing here.
Okay, well, our journey started in 1940s. My grandfather came here from Mexico and then settled down in St. Helena in 1956. He worked in the vineyards at Behringer Brothers Winery and retired 30 years later as a supervisor in the winery.
Nice.
And then in 1966, he brought over the rest of the family, and including my father and his 7 brothers and sisters, and settled down in the town of St. Helena.
Great.
And been here ever since. One of the oldest families to settle down here in St. Helena.
And so you got your start, you grew up basically in the vineyards, I would imagine,
Yes.
running around the vines and learning everything from the ground up.
Of course.
And these vines in particular are very special that we're sitting amongst. So share with us why they're special and what do you produce from them?
So this vineyard is one of the oldest Chardonnay vineyards in Napa Valley. The vines are over 30 years old, and my father was actually one of the ones that helped plant this vineyard.
Okay.
So my father planted it, and now when we established the wine company, we came back and revisited it, and now we're making wine from the same vineyard.
So how gratifying is that to him to be able to make wine from the vines he planted 30 some odd years ago?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's kind of complete the circle. You know,
That's a perfect circle.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the Gallegos portfolio. You have a bunch of wines that not many people know about because it's fairly low production.
Sure.
And trying to get the name out there because you make exquisite wine. So walk me through the portfolio.
Yeah. So we produce 6 different wines. We have Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Petit Syrah, Pinot Noir, a Cab, and then our own Merlot from our own estate in Rutherford. That's still in barrel. It'll be released later this year. And when we started the wine company, our goal was to produce wines that my father and the family manages. So having that total control of the whole process from pruning the vines in the winter up until the bottle is being poured into the glass, it's 100% handcrafted by our family.
Well, and he has been in the valley for so long, but yet a Petit Syrah, not many people make a Petit Syrah. What were kind of his profiles? Because when you can find a good Petit Syrah, hang on to it, because there's not many of them.
Good question. Well, the reason we decided to make that because it's my father's favorite wine. So that's a very, very small production. Only about 50 cases were produced.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what is total case production?
1,000 cases.
Yeah, so it's all small boutique stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in your father's opinion and with you today, what has been kind of the biggest change in the wine industry from the consumer standpoint?
Back in the 70s and 80s when my father was farming grapes, when you pick the grapes at the winery, there was one line for whites and one line for reds.
Okay.
So it was all white wine or red wine, and now we're getting down to, I mean, it's vine per vine. It's you're farming and you're tasting the grapes and making the wine based on each vine, and not so much just white or red now.
Well, I would think you would have a distinct advantage having walked the rows most mornings to actually see what the varietal is doing, see how the grape is coming along, and that intimate, hands-on attention really has to show through in the bottle.
Sure, yeah.
A lot of people resonate with Cellar Angels because we give back to charity. And it's how we actually found you and came about and had this whole opportunity. So talk to us a little bit about why it's important for Gallegos to give back through the wine program.
I think living here in the Napa Valley, this valley is based on people donating and contributing to the different causes here locally, and that's what makes us who we are. And we participate here locally with some of those charities and are proud of that, but we want to donate at a bigger scale. So a partnership with Cellar Angels, it's a perfect opportunity, and we're really excited to be partnering up with Cellar Angels.
Us too, so thanks for having us and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So there you have Gallegos Vineyards, the American dream in wine. Do yourselves a favor, grab some of this wine, and thank you so much for all your support.